Welcome to CBS 58 Sunday Morning. So glad you could join us on this 24th of November. I'm Mike Strehlow. We're looking ahead to Thanksgiving week by looking back at some memorable local stories from the first 11 months of the year, including Mike Kirchhoff's profile of a Milwaukee artist whose creative canvas gives him a step up on the competition. Tori Bacchius' story of a young boy's random acts of kindness is guaranteed to make you smile. And later, Pauline Lee meets a Wisconsin veteran brewing up some strong coffee and life-saving conversations. Also ahead.
Thank you for coming. My name is Harriet Tubbett.
Harriet is so well known and she is a hero. I want to make sure that people know what happened back then, how people were treated.
An immersive theater experience for school children and adults. We're on the trail of a unique production company in Washington County, giving patrons a chance to become part of the story. Our spotlight shines on its upcoming Christmas event and offers another look at last summer's interactive performance of the Underground Railroad. But first, what stands out this time of year, especially under gray skies and bare trees of late November? Murals. These brightly colored displays of public art not only beautify but build communities by depicting history and inspiring people today and in the future. We begin with an encore airing of Amanda Porterfield's story featuring the daughter of a famous Milwaukee muralist who's building on her family's legacy of art.
If you just look around the city, you can see Reynaldo Hernandez's murals adding color to several Milwaukee neighborhoods. But here, inside the COA Youth and Family Center on North Avenue, it's Reynaldo's daughter, Rosalia Singh, who's brightening up the hallways for thousands of the city's children.
I grew up in Milwaukee. I grew up in, in the neighborhoods. To me, art is an escape. Very much love doing art. I've always loved it. It's definitely my passion.
COA serves around 10,000 low-income children and families at 13 locations in Milwaukee, and they've done so for more than 100 years. In fact, they own a few parks and a century-old camp where many students go, and she's painting them here in the stairwell to remind kids of COA's continued support. Tom Schneider is COA's executive director. What do you think of the mural that she painted?
Amazing. You don't have to guess who they are. I mean, it's not a still life. There's action in those murals. You feel it, and the kids feel the sense of pride. Sports is an important aspect of our program, but so too is reading and literature and academic achievement. It's great that they come in and they see some amazing pieces of art on the wall, but it's a different feeling when the youth have participated themselves in creating the murals and the artwork and the environment in which they come every day after school and throughout the summer.
But this isn't the only one. Check this one out just down the hall. Recognize these people from your favorite Wisconsin sports teams? Rosalia painted this one too. She had to paint over a mural that had been there for about 20 years and learned how important these murals are to the students here.
And I had one of the kids tell me, she says, I've been here since I was a baby, and this was really difficult to see you paint over these murals because I felt like I've seen it every day. So that was a part of her life. But she says, but now that I'm working on it with you, I'm starting to feel different.
And that's the best part, that the kids here picked up a brush and helped.
I think part of the working in communities is kind of the whole experience. I get to meet new people, and sometimes some amazing people. Some of these kids that come over and talk to me are very inspiring. A lot of girls have come to help me on this.
Rosalia says being a woman in the art world hasn't been easy, especially being a woman of color.
I think people look at me and they don't see me as somebody who can draw or paint. Because when I go places, even to just draw caricatures, most of the people I work with are men. So when I sit down to draw, they're usually drawn to the men first. I always feel like I'm always trying to prove myself. I do feel like people kind of have an idea of what it looks like to be an artist, to be a muralist, and I don't know if I don't fit that.
But you're doing it.
Right. And that's what, and then I think that's also where it's encouraging to young females.
Many of the kids who come to COA are kids of color, and Rosalia says as she finishes up this hallway and makes her way to COA's Golden Center, she hopes to inspire as many of the young girls in the program as she can just by being a mirror of what's possible.
I'm impressed by these kids because I feel like they do such a great job.
Schneider says reflecting the possibilities, whether it's on the walls or in person, is of the utmost importance.
Rosalia has a famous muralist for a father, but she's emerged as an amazing muralist in her own right. And part of that is in her ability to relate to the children and families that she's working with in creating the murals. The kids were very much engaged and talked about what they wanted to see on the walls. And that act of creation of the mural then gives them a sense of achievement and accomplishment and pride. Every one of these kids has the potential to do and become a great artist, or become a great member of the community, or to become a great writer, or a great whatever it is. Everyone has that potential. The question is, in providing quality programming, can you unlock that potential?
And as an artist on her own journey, Rosalia is charting her own path, unlocking her own potential outside of her father's shadow.
He's done over 150 murals. I'm not trying to do that. I just want to be seen. It's not about the numbers for me. I want people to see what I can do. I'm basically hoping to be part of the mural scene. Is what we're seeing. There's so many new muralists that are out there. And so I want to be part of that movement. As a female of color.
Chasing dreams and getting out there and experiencing life, and a lot of people don't know their capacities.
Setting and reaching goals one paddle at a time.
Well, we have a big following, after 118 years.
And next, a turn-of-the-century musical group still creating authentic music today.
CBS This Morning. More news.
Is it now our top terrorist threat?
More original reporting.
Commemorative Air Force gathering.
Every morning.
We're going to begin with breaking news.
Meijer's got everything you need for the perfect Thanksgiving. And when you spend $25, Meijer frozen turkey's only 33 cents a pound, which means there's sure to be plenty for everyone.
I have not been over since your remodel. We're in the market for windows. Who did you call?
We called Callan. They recommended the Infinity fiberglass replacement windows from Marvin. They're not only beautiful and strong, they're very easy to open and close.
Wow! And the whole process was so easy. I'm going to call Callan today.
Replacing windows since 1986. Call Callan.
We put the wow in home remodeling.
Menards is your holiday home improvement headquarters. Get power when you need it with this Brute portable generator. It delivers up to 5,250 starting watts of power with the reliable Briggs & Stratton Powerbuilt Series engine. Only $369.99. Be ready for emergencies with this Stanley FatMax 1000 PCamps jump starter with air compressor. It can also charge USB devices. Just $74.99. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
With dental implants from Eon Clinics, you'll be able to smile and eat your favorite foods again. Call 844-365-SMILE to schedule your free consultation or online at eonclinics.com.
Meijer's got everything you need for the perfect Thanksgiving. And when you spend $25, Meijer frozen turkey's only 33 cents a pound, which means there's sure to be plenty for everyone.
CBS 58 Sunday Morning, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
Our next story highlights a talented ensemble that's been entertaining audiences since Roosevelt was president. Theodore Roosevelt. The Milwaukee Mandolin Orchestra will play music from the Nutcracker Suite, Corelli Christmas Concerto, and some Neapolitan selections at its 2 Christmas concerts next month, Saturday, December 14th at St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, and the next day at St. Matthias Church in Waukesha. This morning, a look back at Mark McPherson's story about a musical group strung together since 1908.
But it's still a little bigger.
For more than 118 years, mandolin players have gathered in Milwaukee to make music together. From slow Italian love songs to fast fun pieces. The Milwaukee Mandolin Orchestra has quite a history.
Was created in 1900s, and it's actually the oldest continuously working mandolin orchestra in the United States for sure.
There is more than a century of mandolin music that follows this group, and for the past 5 years,
Ta 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 ta, and follow me. Ready?
Renee Izquierdo has been their director.
This has offered to me an outlet that I never thought I wouldn't even consider it.
Izquierdo is a classical guitarist who before this had very little experience with a mandolin.
I don't play it at all.
In that way, he's a perfect fit for this group. The orchestra is made up of amateur players, volunteers, who play for the love of the music.
I deal with a lot of people that love the instrument and do the best they can with what they got. There you go, I want to hear you. It's a combination of seeing how to channel the passion that you find in these amateur musicians that come and donate their time.
I play a 1926 Gibson.
Musicians like Fred Pike never thought he'd be here.
I played mandolin, but I always thought, I don't have the chops to do this.
Pike is a self-admitted amateur player, but loves being part of an ensemble.
It's just it's a refreshing and exhilarating gig to be part of. I've never had a chance to play in an ensemble like this.
It's a learning curve for all of them. They are all enjoying it and are learning how to, trying to bring the best out of all of them.
He demands a lot.
Right. Ready?
He gets a lot out of us in a nice way.
Nice and sometimes funny.
It's important that that our members not only feel challenged, but they also enjoy all this time and effort that they are putting.
He really does bring a lot of good out of each of the players in the orchestra.
There have been hundreds of mandolin players in the long history of this group, and today's musicians are as different as their instruments.
It's a very beautiful instrument. Look at the ornamentation. This is more the American style mandolin, the flat back. See, also beautiful in its own way.
He calls the mandolin a pluck instrument.
The nature of it, that is that the sound kind of dies immediately after you play it. That's the high point, and then it's the decay of the sound.
But as different as this mandolin orchestra sounds from a regular string orchestra, they do share similarities.
The family of a mandolin orchestra is very similar to what a string quartet will be. Like you have the mandolin first, mandolin seconds, you have mandola, which is the same as a viola, and then mandocello, which is a violoncello, cello. Please pay attention to me before the pam, tam, pam.
When Izquierdo took over this group, he immediately made a change and added performances to the schedule, and fans kept coming.
Well, we have a big following, you know, after 118 years.
But that big following all shared one thing in common.
Our general audience tends to be a little bit on the 55 and above category.
That's something he wanted to change.
I'm looking forward to engage more of the younger generation of players to keep the tradition of mandolin alive.
One way he did that is through their music selection.
We're trying to see if we can reach, by playing all these different types of music, a younger audience to actually be engaged and interested in following, if not even performing, in the orchestra.
It's all in an effort to hold on to a part of Milwaukee history.
Almost as old as Harley Davidson, you know. So it's part of Milwaukee, whether we like it or not, as much as Pabst or Miller, you know. So it's an important thing that Milwaukee recognize this jewel that they have in this town.
There's always a process of, oh my gosh, this music is so difficult for this concert, we're not going to be able to do it, it'll never happen, why are we doing this? And then we get closer and closer and closer, and it starts coming together, and it's like, oh my gosh, we can do this, it works.
And although the group has been around since before the Wright brothers took to the skies, their music continues to lift audiences year after year.
One more time. Woo! How we in life tend to reinvent ourselves and find new ways of motivating and keeping you moving forward. I think that's as well a motivation for them to to keep doing this, you know, exploring new territories and keeping the music and the curiosity alive. There you go.
Once you get into that sport, it's hard to back down.
After the break, life lessons on the water with a dream catcher and canoeist extraordinaire.
You know when you're at Ross and your new fall look just keeps getting better? Check this out. That's Yes for Less. Score a head-to-toe look you'll love and save 20 to 60% off department store prices. At Ross, Yes for Less.
I got hit by a truck and was really hurt, so I called Gruber Law Offices.
I broke my leg in a car accident. I called Gruber Law Offices. They made everything so easy for me.
Thank you, Gruber Law Offices.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is where academic medicine is transforming healthcare.
And so is this during my annual checkup.
And this is Dr. Salinger. He repaired my heart valve with a minimally invasive procedure. His expertise was worth the trip from Chicago.
This is where Dr. Lynch and his team treated my stroke. Their fast response saved my life.
I do anything to help my little brother find the best care.
And this is where we found it.
Switched and got a phone for free. Fa la 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 la. With no activation fees.
Fa la 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 la. I want every light to glow. Fa la 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 la.
Maybe after one more show. Fa la 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 la. Oh.
Get yourself what you really want this holiday season. Switch to US Cellular and get a free smartphone with no activation fees. US Cellular. Choose fair.
The exciting Holiday Craft and Gift Expo is at the Milwaukee County Sports Complex, 60th and Ryan Road in Franklin. Save on thousands of one-of-a-kind gift items November 29th through December 1st. Enjoy great food, entertainment, and plenty of free parking.
If you suffer from muscle cramps in your legs and feet, TheraWorks Relief can help. With daily application, this fast-acting foam is clinically proven to prevent muscle cramps before they start.
Get TheraWorks Relief today. Available in stores everywhere.
You know when you're at Ross and you find a deal on cookware that makes you say, yes. Oh yeah, bring on the holidays. That's Yes for Less. Everything you need to prep, cook, and serve up the season. It feels even better when you find it for less. At Ross, Yes for Less.
When I got hurt in a car accident, I had so many questions. Can I choose my own doctor? Should I give a recorded statement?
If you've been hurt in an accident, call Gruber Law Offices.
They made sure my future was protected.
One call, that's all.
A Waukesha County man has canoed all over the world and right here at home, paddling across Lake Michigan in record time. Right now, he's charting a course he hopes will eventually allow him to sail across the Atlantic. Earlier this year, Michael Schlesinger caught up with Mike Schnitzke for a lesson in canoeing and overall good living.
For me, it's racing. It's how fast can I make the boat that I'm in go.
It's hard for Mike Schnitzke to sit still, so he transfers his energy out on just about any body of water with the help of his beloved canoe.
It's like, how fast can I make this go, and where can I go in the current to make it go faster? And once you get into that sport, it's hard to back down.
You might say it's difficult for this 56-year-old corporate sales trainer and motivational speaker from Neshota to back down on any challenge.
Chasing dreams and getting out there and experiencing life, and a lot of people don't know their capacities, and not just physically, sometimes it's mentally, and it's motivational, and get them confident enough to chase dreams that they didn't think were possible.
In fact, he tells me most people push themselves to only 40% of their fullest mental and physical capacity. But he says going beyond this can and should be done. It takes time and stamina.
They try to jump a lot of steps, and in talking to them of, if you train for something, whether it's mentally or physically or just going after a dream, if you do research on it perhaps, or talk to people that are maybe doing something that you want to do, you can learn from their mistakes, speed up the process, start learning your ceilings, and you learn that when you get to that, you still have some more, and you just keep stretching that ceiling out.
Schnitzke writes extensively about all of this in his book called Velvet Rut. Basically, this is a guide about getting out of your comfort zone.
You have to do some smaller events to see how tired you can be and keep going. For you to jump into something really, really super hard and super long, that can be even dangerous. You might get yourself into a position because you were too tired and you stretched too long, and that can be not good for you.
This canoeist has lived by his own words for more than 30 years, sharpening his skills on the Wisconsin River, Rhine River in Germany, and the one adventure he'll never soon forget, paddling across Lake Michigan in under 12 hours.
We waited 2 years for that day, for the weather to be perfect. A big low pressure system is a hurricane. A big high pressure is the opposite. Underneath that, right under that H on that weather map, there's nothing. So we had to wait till that H slid across the plains very slowly across exactly where we're going to go. We picked the shortest distance is where the old car ferry goes up in Manitowoc. It goes over to Ludington, 2 rivers to Ludington, and that's 51 miles. The lake was dead flat, pancake flat. A neighbor of mine brought his 20-foot power boat. He was our support boat in case something happened, which I didn't expect because the weather was perfect. It was early October, so it was very cool out. GPS isn't allowed in the boat, map and compass only, so we had him be our GPS guy. He went out about 800 yards ahead of us, and we paddled around 5-6 miles an hour. So he put his boat that speed and drew the straight line to Ludington, and we basically followed him all the way across.
Beside canoeing, he loves to sail. In fact, he sailed across the big lake as well.
Hard work, that's it. People say, well, sometimes, Mike, you go downriver, that must be easier with the current. It doesn't matter if you're with current or no current. You're paddling as hard as you can all the time. It is flat out hard work. Sailboat racing is more cerebral. That is setting the sails up perfectly, what angle of the wind you're going to be going at, where's the buoy, and what course are we taking. And it's very mathematical, actually. So it's a completely different thing. I just love being on the water.
Like this?
Perfect. Look at you. Look at you like a canoe racer.
I figured I needed to learn from one of the best boaters around, so I decided to dip my toe in the water, so to speak, and take a canoe lesson on Nagawicca Lake right by his house.
Try to get the whole blade in the water, take that top hand and almost go straight down like a piston, and you're just kind of pivoting that lower hand. That hand should stay really close to the side of the boat. You are the motor.
I'm the motor and you're the steer.
Yeah. Hut. So I love when I give talks with couples. I always say, ladies, if you're in back, you're in charge. Ooh, do they love that. You're going to feel this tomorrow.
I'm going to feel it tonight. No pain, no gain, right?
Look at you, you're a canoe racer. So what's next? I haven't found out yet. I haven't figured out what's on the list.
That's okay, right?
Yeah, it'll pop up. It's always something.
I just love being able to be a part of that.
A Milwaukee artist whose custom kicks are reaching the highest levels.
From stuffing to stocking stuffers, make their holiday wishes come true with Meijer Black Friday deals all across the store all week long, plus Santa Bucks on Saturday. Believe, we've got everything else you need.
Lowe's helps you do hosting right. With the best prices of the year on appliances to help you handle anything and everything. Shop now for appliance savings like these. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my blood sugar and A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin. And Trulicity activates my body to release it, like it's supposed to.
Trulicity is for people with type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. I take it once a week. It starts acting in my body from the first dose.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
CBS 58 Ready Weather has a brand new app featuring live radar, severe weather alerts, and hyper-local forecasts from your favorite CBS 58 meteorologists. Harness the power of the CBS 58 Ready Weather team in the palm of your hand. Download today.
From stuffing to stocking stuffers. Make their holiday wishes come true with Meijer Black Friday deals all across the store all week long. Plus Santa Bucks on Saturday. Believe, we've got everything else you need.
Rough day at work? Join us for happy hour at the M. We've got 2-for-1 specials starting at 4 with Blackish.
I want to have a bar mitzvah. Oh.
Get down, girl. Go ahead. Get down. Hey!
Mike and Molly at 5.
Go, go, go!
Can you dig it?
And The Big Bang Theory at 6.
Food fight.
The laughs are on the house. Weekdays starting at 4 on WMLW The M.
We hope you're enjoying this encore edition of CBS 58's Sunday Morning. Next, an entrepreneur who made a career creating fresh kicks is busy ahead of the holiday season. He's plying his trade in a space that showcases the resiliency of a Milwaukee neighborhood rising from the ashes following a turbulent time. Mike Kirchhoff's profile of an artist with talent and vision is most certainly worth another look.
And Noel Alvarado is a local artist with a canvas different than most. He paints shoes.
Well, this pair actually holds the most meaning to me. It's the pair that I told myself I wanted people to take me serious as an artist. So this pair is entire Milwaukee theme.
These custom Jordan 1s have the domes, Miller Park, the mural on the south side.
All things that I used to see as a kid, and I wanted to make a postcard of Milwaukee.
That's what Alvarado does at None Above, his shop in the new Sherman Phoenix building in Sherman Park in Milwaukee. He makes your favorite shoes yours.
This pair is a Bucks theme. And I added the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa and everything like that.
His Instagram is full of some pretty incredible work. A ton of Bucks customs, Brewers, a special pair for Hernan Perez, another for NBA star Charlie Villanueva, Lightning McQueen, the PJ Masks, Cheese.
It started off with a player from the Dolphins, then eventually kind of just grew on from there from social media. Recently I done 4 pairs for Kevon Looney of the Golden State Warriors, and since then I've gotten his friends and stuff like that contacting me.
Some of those Looney shoes have a decidedly Milwaukee theme. He went to Milwaukee Hamilton, and he's wearing them on the court with the Warriors this postseason.
It's nice to see someone at the highest level still representing where he came from, and I just love being able to be a part of that.
Noel isn't painting flip-flops from the dollar store. He's customizing some of the most popular and expensive sneakers out there.
I kind of turned back my first 20 potential clients because I was scared of messing up their shoes. So I started off just doing my own shoes. So that pair it was the sacrifice pair. It was the first pair. I was I'm gonna give it a try.
The customizations usually cost under $100 for kids' shoes, from $100 to $175 and up, depending on the complexity and size for adults. The day we visited, he was working on a custom pair to commemorate Bucs star Sidney Moncrief going into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Alvarado has come a long way for a kid from West Dallas with a talent he says he didn't share too much.
Just growing up, I loved art. It was kind of my hidden talent, I guess you could say.
His dad helped nurture that passion.
He would actually, take me painting with him when I was young. He would paint houses, buildings and stuff like that. So he showed me what hard work is and everything. So he was my hero growing up. So I wanted to follow in that footstep.
And None Above has taken off, especially in 2019. Alvarado says he has no time to make anything for fun anymore. Not that this isn't fun. And he's got a 3-week wait time right now.
I mean, I'm just kind of I surprised myself that I even was able to make something out of this because it's something that's so different. I'm just happy that people are attracted to it and actually like what I do.
It's always important to push to be kind.
Still ahead, inspiration comes in a small package in Racine.
It really was a time when blacks and whites worked together to accomplish this great feat in American history.
An interactive production of the Underground Railroad where you help determine the ending.
Good morning to all of you. I'm CBS 58 Chief Meteorologist Drew Burgoyne. A beautiful day expected. If you got to get some raking done, clearing out the lawn, good day for it. Not too windy, more of a west wind, 5 to 15 miles per hour with high temperatures of the low to middle 40s. Tonight we drop back into the 30s, but then for your Monday, we're expecting even warmer temperatures. In fact, some spots could be approaching maybe 50 degrees on Monday, but changes are on the way as the storm system arrives for Tuesday into Wednesday. There's a chance of rain, maybe even mixing with some snowfall as well. So that's something that we're going to continue to watch very closely for you, especially if you have any traveling plans as you go closer to Thanksgiving. The good news is it does look like it's going to be out and the holiday should be rather quiet. In the meantime today, like I said, should be a beautiful afternoon to enjoy.
Nobody says it better than our young fans.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Running out of gift ideas, seeking something more. Well, if inspiration's what you're searching for, follow me to a place I know with endless possibilities, so you can check your list off row by row. I'm making this song up as I go. Come on, look around, so much in store. You'll spend much less, but gift much more at the stores that you've been searching for.
Spend less, gift better at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods.
Well, that worked well.
Breathtaking, beautiful jewelry. The most dazzling, exquisite collection of fine jewelry imaginable is now on sale. Everything, every magnificent piece in Hussar's multi-million-dollar jewelry inventory is on sale as Hussar's House of Fine Diamonds celebrates 68 years with up to 60% off. The anniversary sale. It happens but once a year, and this is your chance to cash in. Hussar's House of Fine Diamonds, West Bend, Wisconsin.
Menards is your holiday power tool headquarters. Tackle big jobs with Bosch. This impact driver is half wrench, half driver, all impact. This compact drill and driver includes 2 batteries, charger, and case. Your choice, $89 each. All Bosch power tool accessories are on sale. Choose from a 32-piece impact driver bit set, a 6-piece recep saw blade set, or 7 1/4-inch circular saw, $12.98 each. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
When I got hurt in my car accident, I had so many questions. Who's gonna pay for my surgery? Can I get paid for the time I missed from work?
Call us right away to get your free consultation.
Gruber Law Offices took care of everything.
One call, that's all.
With only 31 days until Christmas, there are a number of holiday-themed events taking place over the next month, but only one where patrons actually participate in the wonder of the first Christmas. The immersive production of Christmas Alive will be staged December 13th, 14th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd on a trail behind Wooded Hills Church in Colgate, 5 miles west of Menominee Falls. Last June, we were there as patrons joined actors to help a fugitive slave escape to freedom. Morning Star Productions' Underground Railroad is our Sunday morning spot.
We've done 3, and the 4th one is coming up.
During a recent break from biking the trail of the Underground Railroad from Alabama to Canada,
About 50 miles a day.
avid cyclists Linda Koenig and Renee Kurth learned of another unique opportunity to experience this chapter of 19th century American history.
One of the ushers said to me, there is a wonderful play out at Colgate, and she said, you have to try to see that.
After receiving instructions,
things will happen to you, and you guys need to interact with the actors and decide how we're going to figure out the clues to continue on the Underground Railroad.
Renee and Linda embarked on a 1-hour interactive journey. The first costume character they encountered on the Winfield plantation was a school teacher from the north who greeted them with a warning and request.
I've seen Mr. Winfield beat his slaves bloody, for no reason other than to keep them fearful of him. It's a terrible world. That's why we need your help.
We'll be happy to help.
It's a cross between a play, a 9-hole golf course, and an escape room. So you have the puzzles, as you say, you have a mission.
Playwright, actor, and producer Alan Atwood is executive director of Morning Star Productions.
Is that an L again? L, and then...
I'm guessing that's an M. Psalm?
Yeah, an M.
Psalm
62.
You also have real interaction with the actors instead of just solving puzzles.
It's a map.
Wow.
You actually can try to persuade people to do things or keep them from doing something, try to change their mind, try to change their behavior.
The map led them to a graveyard. It's where the group met one of the best-known conductors of the Underground Railroad.
Thank you for coming. My name is Harriet Tubman, and I'm on a mission to get my family free.
Nikisha Reisling plays the role of Harriet Tubman.
Harriet is so well known, and she is a hero, and it was pretty exciting to be able to really research her as a character and learn all the great things that she did.
No matter who you run into, you can always appeal to people's sense of decency. See, folks know in their heart that slavery is wrong. I've seen the meanest slave catcher turn his head and let a slave just walk on by.
Harriet Tubman guided dozens of fugitive slaves to freedom, including family members.
Either get sold down south or you be a slave always. What you gonna do? I want to be free. Get this off of you, girl.
I want to make sure that people know what happened back then, how people were treated. I also want them to know that if something is going wrong, that it's important to stand up for what is right.
A trip on the Underground Railroad was fraught with danger.
Am I gonna die? No, you're not gonna die. I got bit. All right.
The escape route was filled with snakes and slave patrols.
So who are y'all folks?
Sorry?
Who are y'all?
I'm Linda.
I'm Renee.
It's a shame. Y'all look like such nice people. It's a shame that y'all a bunch of filthy abolitionists, a lot of you.
Patrollers were paid to enforce fugitive slave laws.
This lady is a free person.
Really?
Pay for it. Yeah.
And there were those who would risk everything to set slaves free.
Thank you. Come on.
Just to turn around and collect money for them later.
She's just a slave. She's a person. No, she's a slave. I got a chance to get a whole heap of money, and I ain't gonna pass it up.
While the long walk north was paved with uncertainty every step of the way,
Are they gonna catch us?
No, they're not.
No.
the loosely organized system of secret routes and safe houses provided a path to freedom thanks to a unified campaign.
Who is it? Can we trust her?
It really was a time when blacks and whites worked together to accomplish this great feat in American history.
Oh my God. What is the cause?
I made it this far. Harriet said to calm and be strong.
Well, you got to be strong. Let's go.
Duane Mack plays the role of William Still, a freeborn black who became an abolitionist movement leader.
In all the days of my life, I have been helping.
Mack especially enjoys sharing this history lesson for groups of school children.
To tell kids about the past and to make it exciting, but to let them hear about the compassion, them kindness, and people helping people. That's one of my lines in there. When one reach back and grab and that person gets right, then that person reach back and grab and that person.
Just like these fine folks reach back and help you. When you get to your destination, you reach back and you help someone else. You understand?
I understand.
You know, it's like almost like the theme we understand today, pay it forward.
You get the door, sir.
Back up. When Patty Cannon has a gun and says back up, you back up.
Mary Rohde portrays the ruthless Patty Cannon.
I really like playing this character in the sense of I'm hoping it opens up people's minds saying we can't go back to that type of thinking.
The notorious slave catcher was one of the ringleaders of the reverse Underground Railroad,
You let me take them.
kidnapping free blacks and fugitive slaves and selling them back into slavery.
I do need to refer to them as it and property.
I'm going to take this down south and sell it. I could get a good 300 for it.
What really makes my heart soar is the audience reaction of truly realizing how stupid the mentality was.
The Canadian border is just down this way.
Because of audience participation, the script for this production changes with each group of up to a dozen guests who begin the journey every 15 minutes. The show is recommended for children 7 and older. For Renee Kurth and Linda Koenig, this one-hour interactive experience will only enhance the continuation of their weeks-long bicycle trek that traces the network of paths, hideouts, and other historic sites highlighting the Underground Railroad.
It makes it more real.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We both said we wish our other 2 biking buddies were able to be here to experience this as well.
Thank you. God love you. Thank you for helping me. Welcome. You're welcome. You were so brave.
I almost felt like I was back in the 1800s when all of this went on in history. The acting was phenomenal.
It was very intense. It almost made you want to cry because of the struggles.
Yeah.
Free. Free.
You'll find today's stories and those from previous episodes at cbs58.com/Sunday morning. And please send your story ideas to Sunday morning at cbs58.com.
Victor's always had a very kind, caring spirit ever since he was young.
Next, a little boy's quest to spread kindness.
Hispanic Professionals of Greater Milwaukee presents its 16th annual Noche de Niños Toy Drive-In event. Help make this holiday season brighter for children and families by bringing your toy donations now through December 11th to our drop-off locations: 889 Anodyne Coffee, Cubanitas, HPGM, Bel Air Cantina, and Hotel Madrid. Then come to our celebration event December 11th, hosted by CBS 58 Morning News anchor Jessica Ty, with live music by the Front Porch Rockers. Visit hpgm.org for more details.
You know when you're at Ross and you realize it's time your sister stopped borrowing your sweaters?
Yeah.
That's Yes for Less.
Stop stealing mine. Never.
Holiday gifts everyone's sure to love, and 20 to 60% off department store prices. At Ross, Yes for Less.
Surprise! A new Buick?
To James, from James.
Hey, is this a new Buick? I Secret Santed myself. I shouldn't have. I have been very good this year. I love it. I love it.
This year, turn Black Friday into Buick Friday all month long. Get over $5,600 below MSRP on this 2019 Buick Encore Preferred. Or get this low mileage lease on this 2019 Encore for around $199 per month.
Switched and got a phone for free. Fa la 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 la. With no activation fees.
Fa la 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 la. I want every light to glow. Fa la 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 la.
Maybe after one more show. Fa la 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 la. Oh.
Get yourself what you really want this holiday season. Switch to US Cellular and get a free smartphone with no activation fees. US Cellular. Choose fair.
To the outside world, you look good, but you don't feel good. With polycythemia vera, PV, symptoms can change so slowly over time, you might not notice. But new or changing symptoms can mean your PV is changing. Let's change the way we see PV. You track and discuss blood counts with your doctor, but it's just as vital to discuss changing symptoms as well. Take notice and take action. Discuss counts and symptoms with your doctor. Visit takeactionpv.com.
You know when you're at Ross and you realize you are the hostess with the mostest?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Yes for Less. Entertain in style all season long. It feels even better when you find it for less. At Ross, Yes for Less.
Good morning. I'm Jane Pauley, and this is Sunday Morning.
Experience thought-provoking and truly original reporting on CBS Sunday Morning.
For many, this week begins a season of giving thanks. But spreading joy and happiness is a year-round campaign for a 5-year-old boy in Racine. In fact, today is the final day of his latest effort, a 12 days of random acts of kindness giveaway. Tori Bacchias was with little Victor Valencia last June when he shared the inspiration for his Show Us Your Smile project.
Is the world smiling? Peace.
This is Victor Valencia.
I just turned 5.
He's on a mission to spread kindness.
Do you like it when people smile?
Yeah.
He's baked cookies.
Okay. Thank you.
And delivered them to a senior home.
The chocolate chips.
The chocolate chip, he said.
Thank you so
much. Come get it.
Raised money for a new decoration for a veterans outreach office. And he's always eager to help out his four-legged friends.
Good boy.
Victor is committed to spreading smiles throughout Racine County and beyond with the help of his mom, Savannah.
Victor's always had a very kind, caring spirit ever since he was young.
It all started when a police officer gave Victor this teddy bear, Junior, when he was just 2 years old.
I got this new teddy bear, and I was so happy. So I thought I was going to do nice things too.
I'd like to think that maybe something that simple back then, and 2 years old, kind of helped bring out this, caring self about him.
Since then, Victor and his mom have been spreading kindness.
Thank you.
Handing out flowers to strangers, leaving quarters and detergent at laundromats, and giving thanks to veterans.
Thank you for your service.
For Victor, the reason why he does all of these nice things is simple.
So they can smile, so they can do nice things for people, so they can do nice things.
And Savannah couldn't be more proud.
Oh, you're gorgeous. God bless you.
It's always important to push to be kind. Now we have so much bullying going on that it is very important to instill that in our kids, because it's only going to make them better adults.
To help share this message, she started a Facebook page that showcases Victor's kindness adventures.
Go and check out my page. It's with the sources files.
Savannah hopes their posts motivate others and encourages people to use the hashtag #ShowUsYourSmile so Victor can see his goodness travel.
We have such a positive response to it. People actually message me and say that, wow, he's such an inspiration.
Victor sells baked goods and toys at rummage sales to help fund his kindness projects.
Me and Mommy think of them and then we do them.
What's your name?
It's wonderful, because I like to see that he does like to do this. He's very shy and timid, so this was one way that we could help hopefully get him over that shyness. Of course, Mom is right there, so it's a great bonding experience for us, but at the same time, it's making memories, because he talks about it later on.
And it's not just Victor who likes to share smiles.
It makes me so happy that just something as simple as bringing cookies or something as simple as handing a flower can just really brighten up somebody's day.
Thank you for coming and sharing your kindness with us.
My hope is that two veterans come together that trust each other and share those stories that you don't share with anybody else.
A much-needed conversation over coffee. Next.
CBS 58 Sunday morning. Brought to you by Menards.
From stuffing to stocking stuffers. Make their holiday wishes come true with Meijer Black Friday deals all across the store all week long. Plus Santa Bucks on Saturday. Believe, we've got everything else you need.
When it comes to braving another Midwest winter, you can never be too prepared. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get it. We're your winter weather experts with the gear and supplies you need to conquer the cold. Like 25% off our entire stock of men's and women's Carhartt full swing jackets. Introducing new Carhartt ladies plus size workwear and an expanded selection of men's big and tall sizes. Plus, save $10 on Milwaukee and DeWalt heated apparel. Keeping you warm and ready for winter. That's genuine value from Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
As a working mom, I'm thankful my mom is able to help out. So I bought her the Jitterbug Flip from Great Call. It's so easy to use, and with a larger screen and bigger buttons, it's even easier to dial. There's also a 5-star button on the keypad.
One touch and you'll be immediately connected to a highly trained agent who can confirm your location, assess the situation, and get you the help you need.
For a limited time, get 50% off for Black Friday at Best Buy or Rite Aid.
Hunger Task Force is leading the charge to end hunger with a healthy starting lineup. First up, 100% fruit and 100% juice. There goes peanut butter packed with protein for every meal. Running hard is low-fat milk, here for strong bones. Next up, low-sugar breakfast cereal, great for kids. And here comes low-sodium veggies, rounding out a healthy plate. Each healthy food is a winning choice that feeds local kids, families, and seniors. Join the charge and make a food or cash donation today.
From stuffing to stocking stuffers. Make their holiday wishes come true with Meijer Black Friday deals all across the store all week long. Plus Santa Bucks on Saturday. Believe, we've got everything else you need.
Good morning to all of you. I'm CBS 58 Chief Meteorologist Drew Burgoyne. A beautiful day expected. If you got to get some raking done, clearing out the lawn, good day for it. Not too windy, more of a west wind, 5 to 15 miles per hour with high temperatures of the low to middle 40s. Tonight we drop back into the 30s, but then for your Monday, we're expecting even warmer temperatures. In fact, some spots could be approaching maybe 50 degrees on Monday, but changes are on the way as the storm system arrives for Tuesday into Wednesday. There's a chance of rain, maybe even mixing with some snowfall as well. So that's something that we're going to continue to watch very closely for you, especially if you have any traveling plans as you go closer to Thanksgiving. The good news is it does look like it's going to be out and the holiday should be rather quiet. In the meantime today, like I said, should be a beautiful afternoon to enjoy.
As you're starting your day, perhaps you're enjoying a cup of coffee. For many, it provides the boost to get up and get going. But one veteran hopes to use it as fuel to start an important conversation about his fellow brothers and sisters in uniform who have died by suicide, an alarming trend that continues to rise throughout this country. Pauline Lee takes us to the common ground that is Operation Coffee.
In this quiet yet quaint community of Campbellsport, Wisconsin,
I just felt there was kind of a dual purpose there.
something good is brewing in the village's only coffee shop. And it's not just the espresso.
Good morning.
Large caramel latte.
We'll have it ready for you.
Sam Floyd is on a mission
I'm using that as a vehicle to conversation.
to build common ground among veterans, one cup of coffee at a time.
My hope is that two veterans come together that trust each other and share those stories that you don't share with anybody else.
What's served here at the Blue Door Coffee Company is all roasted by Sam less than half a mile away at the old First Baptist Church that he's now converted into Operation Coffee.
This will take 12 minutes. I'm dropping it in 3, 2, 1.
So what are we making today?
We're making Brazil right now. Yeah, I want to make a good cup of coffee, but it's never been about that. You know, it's just about giving back and serving people the way outside the Marine Corps now.
Sam always knew he wanted to serve and protect our country, just like his dad and his grandpa.
I knew I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself.
He enlisted straight out of high school and worked his way up to be a sergeant in the Marine Corps.
You're part of this, like, extremely tight-knit fraternity for 4 years.
And that camaraderie grew even stronger when he was deployed to Afghanistan in 2003.
Over in Afghanistan, you see some things, we all gone through the same exact thing. And so you have that like unspoken bond and unspoken trust with each other.
Life as a Marine was rewarding, yet grueling. But life outside of it was going to be even harder.
Marines are stubborn, you know, so when I got out, he's like, I'm just gonna get over this. And I definitely lost myself when I got out.
For the next 10 years, Sam struggled, never wanting to ask for help.
I started replacing it with alcohol. Was in severe depression, chronic depression.
And then one day, he just wanted to forget everything.
One night, there was one time where I just didn't want to be here anymore. Like, I felt like, okay, this is the end of my life.
Sam finally started getting the help he needed. How are we looking?
Good. We're right where we need to be. I'm very thankful that I'm not in that position anymore. It's a tough position. So, you ready?
These days, he says things are better.
You know, every day I wake up and if there's a motivation to get up and help people, I'm really thankful to be alive. Just because there's just so much life to live. Probably another minute or two.
He now channels his experience into roasting coffee with a purpose to help any veterans who find themselves in a similar situation that he was in.
It needs to be said out loud. You have to get your problems out there. Otherwise, it's going to kill you, literally.
10% of the proceeds from Operation Coffee sales go to organizations that help raise awareness of veteran suicides.
Every different blend and every different coffee is a story.
In the nearly 2 years he's been in business, he's donated $3,500.
This whole experience has been humbling. If I can help out as many people as I can, that's the goal.
It's been a long journey to get to where he is now.
It's just been an interesting ride, for sure.
But there's still plenty of veterans who need help. That's all the fuel he needs to keep going.
There's also a lot of work that needs to get done yet. A lot. And it's way bigger than myself. There's amazing things that can happen over a cup of coffee, like a good conversation. And there's a conversation that our veterans so desperately need to have.
And now, a moment in Wisconsin. Sunrise at Simmons Island Park, a beach with a boardwalk along the lakefront in Kenosha. Next, the annual food edition of CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley. Thank you for sharing part of your morning with us. I'm Mike Strehlow. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and please join us again next week for CBS 58 Sunday Morning.
Safe communities work together. That's why CBS 58 and